My own people sometimes will write articles about, oh, this is not going to happen. Something like this could never happen in Africa. It's been 2 years. The construction hasn't started. I hear that all the time. We're building a city. You don't build a city in 24 hours. But if you don't have the knowledge to understand that you have to do feasibility studies, you have to do environmental studies, like it's all kind of studies just before you put a building that's going to be 120 feet in the air in one swat. What makes you think that area right there could even hold that kind of weight? It takes research for that. And all that has to be done first before you can even think to even create a master plan for construction. But if you don't know that, you think it's just all talk and trash and marketing.
If Akon doesn't start building Akon City soon, the Senegalese government is going to take 90% of the land allocated for Akon City. Let's get started and learn something new. I talked about Akon City last year and the logistics of it and the fact that the land that was being used for Akon City was taken away from residents and they hadn't been compensated yet. Just in case you don't know what Akon City is supposed to be a city in Senegal envisioned as a real-life Wakanda. This $6 billion project for this Afrofuturistic city will be complete with condos, amusement parks, a seaside resort, rural landscape. Akon City would run on solar power and his Akon cryptocurrency. As of 2024, all that's been built is this. Akon got this formal notice after he missed several payments to SAPCO, which is the state-owned entity in charge of developing the country's coastal and tourism areas. A spokesperson for Akon declined to comment, and a member of his staff said he wasn't aware of any notice. Akon also said that Akon City wasn't just going to be a tourist spot. It was going to be hospitals, a police station, a university, a whole city, and it was going to run on Akon. But Akon is quoted at 15 cents on November 9th, 2020, and has dwindled to 0.003 cents by December 11th, which was the last available price. Back in 2021, Akon also acquired land in Uganda to build another Akon City. Remember, this is supposed to be multiple cities throughout Africa. So far, preliminary work is pending in Uganda because occupants resisted the move and sent away surveyors, probably because they haven't been paid yet. Uganda will hand the land to the developer after the occupants are compensated, and the payments can only start from July 2025. And back in Senegal, they gave up their land in 2009, and they still say they haven't been reimbursed for the land given to Akon. One of the project managers on the construction said Akon City is happening. We're just waiting for instructions on how to proceed.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we got to talk about Wakanda, or what was supposed to be Wakanda that is no longer going to be Wakanda, as Senegal has scrapped plans for this futuristic city, which was designed to operate on a cryptocurrency that was promoted by a rapper named Akon. Now, I find this story to be fascinating, and one of the reasons why I find this story to be fascinating is because I'm surprised, but I'm also not surprised, right? I'm not surprised from a common sense standpoint, but I'm surprised from a so-called pro-black standpoint, because I was told by the pro-blacks, people like Tariq Nasheed and others, that black people built everything, right? Including the Africans, right? His narrative is that, well, the white man, the Europeans, they needed African slaves because they couldn't build anything without African slaves, right? They couldn't till their own land. They couldn't build their own buildings. They couldn't do anything, right? They needed African slaves because the African slaves actually had the knowledge of building stuff.
Give me your strongest argument in support for reparations and reparations right now.
Reparations right now, and we should have been had reparations because foundational black Americans built this country from scratch. If it were not for foundational black Americans giving hundreds of years of free labor, this country would not be in the position it's in right now. And the whole argument was that was long ago. No, the money is not long ago. The money generated and the wealth is still here. Money doesn't disappear. It gets compounded and passed down through generations. The money has been passed down and the debt of slavery has been passed down generationally to us, and we have to be repaired. When it comes to us, everybody wants to waive responsibility. Everybody has benefited from the slavery of foundational black Americans and the free labor that we provided the wealth for. Everybody benefits from that right now, and we are the only group has not been compensated. We have to be compensated for that.
And how do you argue against somebody that is against reparations? Considering you said all of that, you will still have people say, I still don't support it.
Well, that's just I'm white and I say so. We call that I'm white and I say so. Listen, most of the country didn't support black people being free from slavery. They didn't support that. It was black people fighting for that. It was black people who were the Maroons, and I got a movie about the Maroons coming out. Black people fighting from the swamps, attacking plantations. They were destroying most of the plantations in Florida. They don't talk about that. There were black people fighting in the Civil War. If it weren't for the black troops fighting, they would not have won the Civil War. The South was winning at first. They don't tell you that. That's why most of those military schools are in the South. They were winning until the black people joined the Union. Then they started to defeat the South.
That while we may not have the numbers just yet, that doesn't mean that we don't have fight left in our bodies. And so I am going to fight him every step of the way until we get what we deserve, because it was my ancestors that built this motherfucker. Okay, I'm done now. I'm done.
Yeah, so you see that, you heard that. Okay, my point is this. I'm just shocked, right? I'm a little shocked from a pro-black perspective that you have the same people who claim that black people built everything, but yet black people seem to be incapable of, I don't know, building up these inner livable cities or some of these rundown neighborhoods and ghettos and hoods and stuff like that. But hey, black people built everything. Hey, I'm not saying that, slaves or black people didn't contribute, but again, these people basically tell this story as if, black people literally built everything, and that, the white man didn't do anything or had no contributions. And that, hey, the only thing that's stopping black folks from building their own stuff is the white man. But yet you have this futuristic city in Africa that, hey, it's an all black project, right? An all black project that for whatever reason can't be built, right? It's not being built, okay? Because Senegal has canceled this $6 billion futuristic plan after the rapper Akon failed to build anything, right? He didn't build anything except like one building. That's it. And they canceled it.
Whatever happened to Senegal's Wakanda, Akon City? Well, the $6 billion dream is officially dead. In 2020, R&B star Akon, who you'd probably know from, promised to build a real-life Wakanda in Senegal, a futuristic city powered by solar energy with its own hospital, university, and even its own cryptocurrency, Akon. But 4 years later, almost nothing has been built. Just take a look for yourself.
In 2020, and since then, the whole area around it has been mostly grassland with animal grazing on it.
Akon hasn't publicly responded, but told the BBC back in December 23 that the project was still fully on track. In 2024, Senegal gave Akon 2 weeks to start building or risk losing the land, but he missed the deadline, missed the payments, and the government took back the land. Now, Senegal is moving forward with its own plan, a $1.2 billion state-backed tourism hub with hotels, apartments, and a marina, which is expected to create 15,000 jobs. Akon still owns a small piece of land and might work on something more realistic, but the dreams of Akon City is over.
Yeah, so I want you guys to understand. This guy raised $4 billion. Again, $6 billion project, but $4 billion to build this futuristic Wakanda city. And this is the only thing that was built. With $4 billion. Again, I'm just trying to figure out how is it that the people, okay, who built everything, okay, can't build anything in Africa. can't build anything in Africa, okay? It's just I'm stunned, right? From a pro-black perspective, why is it so hard for certain people to build stuff, right? But yeah, everything else in the world was built by these people. So let's read here. Wakanda-inspired city in Africa, which was going to become the real-life version of the city from Black Panther, has officially been scrapped. Phase 1 of the $6 billion futuristic Akon City was set to open in 2026. However, only a single building was made. Senegal granted singer Akon 136 acres to build the smart city back in 2020 to be a symbol for Africa's future. Again, I was told that without, colonialism, okay, if the white man didn't come and, pillage Africa and kill and steal and destroy, right? If the white devil didn't kill, steal, and destroy, then, again, Africa would be Wakanda, okay? But this project, for whatever reason, failed, right? The attempt to build Wakanda, okay, without the white man failed. Again, I'm trying to figure out exactly what's going on here. People living on the land were asked to move and promised they would receive money. Akon has since been accused of Ponzi schemes and pyramid schemes, and that his Wakanda City was likely a scam, according to former business partner. Now that the Wakanda City is no more, the land will be used for a much smaller project, a $1.2 billion tourism agency managed by Sapco. Yeah, these investors are probably never getting their money back. Ever getting their money back. So, again, this is what it was supposed to look like, okay? It was supposed to have nice little resorts, restaurant, bazaar. You know, this was going to be amazing. Right, this is gonna be just like the movies. Right, they're gonna have flying cars. Okay, they're gonna have secret technology that nobody else has access to. All types of stuff. Okay, this is what Africa would have been like without the white man, right? Without colonialism. Oh my goodness! Wow, a police station. Why do they need a police station for? The only reason there are police stations in America is for slave catching. Right, that's a white supremacist institution. I don't understand why you would need a police station in Africa with no whites, right? In a place like Senegal. Why would you need that for? Yeah. Education district. Wow. This is going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Unique architecture. Akon Tower. Filming studio. Again, they were going to be making Black Panther in real life. Oh, man. Wow. This is going to be great. What happened? Why can't they build a damn thing? Now, according to Akon, there was a lot of red tape, okay? And also, the oligarchs, right? The oligarchs were making it hard for him. They tried to stop him because, nobody wants to see what Africa can really be and what Africa can really do, right? According to him, right? This was something that, was kneecapped, again, by them, right? By the oligarchs.
Bro, what happened with your cryptocurrency, Akon?
Yeah, I just stopped promoting it.
Okay.
It's still active.
Yeah.
But the bigger, highest powers that be, it was, anything that's going to benefit the growth, the strength, and the confidence of Africa, you're going to have the oligarchs trying to beat it down. Yeah. So I found myself I didn't realize how powerful the concept was until I started getting attacked. So you start reading on the internet, oh, Akon is not working, it's a scam,
boom,
this and
boom,
that.
boom.
Then they say, oh, Akon City is not real. It's just a bunch of land with goats walking around. So these were all governmentally paid advertisements try to shut me down.
Oh,
yes.
man. Why?
Yeah. I mean, listen, if someone like me can accomplish that, and Africa has what? We have the highest, literally we have the highest rate of millionaires being raised in Africa per year.
Yeah.
Imagine if they all thought like the way I did, how quick we would develop, how quick we would start owning our own resources. It's a huge threat. And I'm a huge voice in Africa, so they can't see that happening. So that's why it's important for the Africans to make sure they back me, protect me, to make sure these things happen, because all I want to do is continue to bring opportunities for us to be able to grow. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't make sense for me to globally go around the world and just spread lies. Knowing that anyone could easily just jump on a plane, fly over there, and see nothing happening.
I say, I love it. I see everything that he's doing. I get to witness it. And this is Akon's priority. And I just wish that, even with the things that I see, I wish that they can come fly theirself, and just tell them, if y'all just be like, hey, take us to Akon City, he gonna get y'all in a car, and he gonna take y'all to Akon City.
But that time is
where
coming.
It's being done.
When the construction is fully done, I'll be hosting it. It'll be festivals there.
It's amazing.
Trust me, it's
so
gonna be lit.
Akon City still happening?
It's in construction as we speak.
No ways, bro. Because it's gonna be like 5-6 years, right?
Yeah, when you're building a city, it doesn't happen overnight. It's literally a 10-year construction. 3 different phases, and then we're doing it in 5 different countries. We're doing it in Senegal, we're doing it in Uganda. We're also going to be doing it in Congo.
Wow,
we're working out land registration right now as we speak in Kenya. So it's different places that we're working out where I'm just purchasing the land and then we're going to figure out how to build it out.
So clearly these guys haven't succeeded because, like you're saying, they're trying to...
Bro, when God has a plan and you have a purpose, only thing that can stop it is me.
Yeah.
And I'm not stopping.
No, Brandon, right behind you, bro.
I promise you,
You can't, bro.
We have to, bro.
Yeah, so that didn't age well, okay? There are no roads, no residential areas, no power grid to speak of, just unfinished building reception. That will no doubt be bulldozed in the coming months. Quote, the Akon City project no longer exists. The head of Senegal's tourism development body, SAPCO, told the BBC. Fortunately, an agreement has been reached between SAPCO and the entrepreneur, Akon. What he's preparing with us is a realistic project with SAPCO, which SAPCO will fully support. Well, I mean, I hope they get something, right, out of all those billions they raised. Okay, they need to build something. Okay, build something. One Senegalese local wasn't best pleased with the project axing, though, commenting, quote, "We were promised jobs and development. Instead, nothing has changed." Again, we've heard that a lot. Okay, we've heard that a lot. I've heard that a lot. Plans for this Atlantic coast hugging space include a hospital, shopping center, school, police station, waste center, and solar plant, which were meant to be up and running by the end of 2023. Akon told the BBC back in 2022 that the project was 100,000% moving, yet construction progress appeared non-existent. The land itself remains high value, with the Youth Olympic Games coming to Senegal next year. As for the crypto venture, Akon struggled to repay investors over the years, as the man himself admitted, quote, "It wasn't being managed properly." Yeah, so if you can't manage a crypto project, I don't think you can manage the building of a city. I don't understand why Senegal even thought that a rapper could build a city. Like, come on. Like, really? I mean, this is kind of their own damn fault, right? This is why I don't feel bad. Okay, people might say, why are you laughing? Well, because, again, they thought that a rapper could build a city. Like, come on. Like, seriously? Why? Like, anybody that gave this man money to build this city is an idiot, right? You're an idiot. You deserve to have your money taken, okay? Eyebrows were raised over whether Akon should even be used as the primary payment method across Akon City, since Senegal uses the CFA franc, regulated and issued by the Central Bank of West African States, which has historically swung against the crypto tide. Yeah, again, this reeked of scam, right, from the beginning. Why did they fall for it? I don't know. Okay, again, maybe they would have got something built. If they would have got the white man up in there, right, and said, "Hey, can you build us something? Can you build us a city?" Maybe it would have got built. I don't know, right? I'm just saying that I still want to see the people who built everything. Okay, I want to see them build something in Africa, right? I want to see the Wakanda. I'm disappointed, okay? I am disappointed. This is why these people deserve maximum criticism, because I actually want to see it, right? I want to see it. I want to see Wakanda, okay? But, you know, unfortunately, this is not it. Maybe in the future, right? Maybe one day we will see the full potential of Africa. I just think that these people got to stop scamming the old people, right? Stop scamming first, and then maybe you can build something, right? I'm pretty sure something would have been built had, you know, maybe people's money wasn't wasted, right? So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.